I give you the Paris story. Friendly people, but I can't make out all the words. Melody so sweet through all of the trees from different birds. All around me, sights and sounds and songs I never heard. Praying I'll be back again. One more week might do me in. So we were in Paris, and we wanted to go visit Sacré-Cœur, which is this very famous church in Marc. But if you want to take the metro to go there, you get off the metro, and all of a sudden you're in Paris' red light district, which is not something that we realized existed in Paris. And so, you know, there's like sex shops and strip clubs and whatever. And my friend Thea, who was much more adventurous than I am, said, we should go into one of these places. And I said, no, I don't think we should. And she said, no, come on. And we saw it, and then we walked past a place called the Sexodrome. She said, let's go into the Sexodrome. I said, fine, we're going for 1 second, but then I want to go see Sacré-Cœur. So we go in, and the front is like pretty much what I imagine a standard sex shop to be. There's like DVDs and whatever, and then in the back though, there's a desk and a big neon sign that says, Le Salon, right? So we go back there, and she's talking to the guy, and we say, what is Le Salon? What is this? He says, it's 40 euros from the couple. This guy, he's like, he looks kind of like the guy that plays the dean on Community. Except he was French. So we're talking to him, and I should go here. And he says, you know, it's 40 euros for the couple. We said, well, I don't know what that is. It's 40 euros. And she says, come on, give him the 40 euros. It's fine. So I was feeling adventurous. I'm in Europe, so we give him the 40 euros, and we walked into Le Salon. So I stopped to catch my breath on the slippery steps of the lane. And with my little finger across the town, I write your name. I can't stop drinking wine, can't stop counting the days. World dark, ocean away, just loving you, baby. Sitting here loving you from this little fringe. So we walk in, and this is what we find. I made this diagram myself. The green blobs represent couches, right? There's like 2 rows of couches all over the thing. Down the center is a long runway, at the back of which there's a curtain through which performers might make an entrance or an exit. And at the end there is a rotating mattress, right? We walk in, we sit here, that's Thea, that was college baby. We sit there, on the rotating mattress are 2 lovely French women making what seemed to be very tender love. They seem to really have an emotional investment in each other, which is nice to see. And so, there was us, there was the 2 of them on the mattress, and other than that there was one other guy sitting there, and he was staring at us. Turn the bed down, baby. Pray that jumbo plane's gonna bring me back. Count roses and gather rats, 6 more domes all in a sack. We may know some scrapes, but some things we will never lack. All the fields of unnamed couldn't buy you anyway. Couldn't buy you, baby. So these 2 women, they finish their act, right? And they bow, which I'm not, you know, you don't expect a bow. I don't know what the etiquette is in these places, but they bowed, and so I kind of I applauded. What do you do? There's a bow. And so they exited through the curtain, right? And I said to Thea, hey, we should leave. Let's get out. Let's leave this, because this is not my scene. Because remember, I'm gay. So I'm like, ew, which was not true. But still, I said we should get out of here. Because it was making me uncomfortable in a lot of ways. And she said, let's just stay and see what the next thing is. And so this woman walks out by herself wearing some sort of exotic bikini and does like a really terrible striptease. Like she had no rhythm, no sense of the music, which as an artist bothered me. And so her grand finale is she pulls what seemed to be like a 3-foot string of pearls out of herself and threw them at me. Imagine you're in my shoes. What do? You have these now. Now you're holding these pearls. Now, do you think this is a souvenir? Is that the assumption you're making? That like this is something that I can take home now as a souvenir from my trip to Paris? Not the choice I made. I kind of went, like to show that I'm game. And then I threw them back at her as quickly as I can. And I said, that's it, we're leaving. She bowed, we applauded, she left. We left. We walked out the entrance, and I said, we've got to get out of here. This is too much for me. I can't handle this. The guy from the counter, from the salon counter, is still there, okay? And he says, oh, you're leaving already? This so soon? And we said, yeah, we have dinner reservations, and we got to get out of here. He says, oh, but you're going to leave. Next to these are a real-life man and woman making love. And I say, that's cool. We got to go. We don't need to see that. He goes, but it's a real-life man and woman making love right on the stage. I said, that's fine. We're not interested. He goes, it's a real-life man and woman making love. We have to go back in. So I said, fine. We walk back into the salon. All the oysters in the rain, the whole French army in Charlotte, a million friends couldn't face me at all. Loving you, baby, sitting here. So we go back in. We're sitting, right? And not 30 seconds goes by before the guy from the counter walks out from the curtain. Now he's only wearing a thong. It was the quick changer.